And right now in Elizabeth City, North Carolina, there is a state of emergency. This as the city awaits the release of body cam footage of a police-involved shooting of a man named Andrew Brown Jr. Brown was fatally shot last week. Police for the family say an independent autopsy shows that Brown was shot 5 times, including gunshot wounds to the back and to the head. Now, at the time, deputies say they were attempting to serve an arrest warrant for felony drug charges. But when a car began to leave the scene, deputies fired at that vehicle. Brown's family says they were shown just 20 seconds of police body cam footage of his death for the first time yesterday, and they are now demanding to see more of that footage. What they say, their lawyers say, was an execution.
My dad got executed just by trying to save his own life. He got executed. It ain't right. It ain't right at all.
All right, joining us now to talk more about this is the Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina, Mark Robinson. Lieutenant Governor, great to see you again.
Good to see you again as well.
All right, so, we're seeing this story from a bit of a distance, as most of America is. Give us your assessment of what's going on here. 20 seconds of body camera footage. Tell us why that has been released to the family and why more footage has not yet been released.
Well, like all cases like this, this is what I'm going to say about this case. And I say this to everyone involved. I say this to the people of North Carolina. We need to slow down and allow the justice system to take its course. We saw with the George Floyd, with what happened with George Floyd, the justice system worked. Derek Chauvin was fired, then he was tried, and then he was convicted. We could have saved ourselves a lot of misery if we had simply allowed the justice system to work. And I am imploring the people of North Carolina, allow that to happen in this case. I have full confidence that the folks in Pasquotank County, the sheriff, the district attorney will do the right thing. But we have to allow that process to take place. We cannot rush to judgment. Rushes to judgment cause riots and they cause more misery. Yeah. Let the justice system work, and I believe that this thing will turn out the way it should.
We hear terms like execution we just heard right there. In other instances, we've heard from elected officials, they throw around terms like murder. These are legal terms with actual meaning in a courtroom. It definitely muddies the water. And it does seem like, you can go back to LeBron's tweet, "You're next." There's this kind of anticipation, this momentum, this inertia for a response when this type of things happens without getting the facts. You're saying this, we say this all the time. Why don't we hear more people in positions of authority, whether professional athletes, musicians, Hollywood stars, elected officials on the left? Why are they the ones not urging for calm? You get a sense that they're almost stirring the pot.
I have no idea why they're not. And again, in this case, we don't know what happened yet, and I would implore people to find out what happened before they do that. I understand that the family is very upset, and my prayers, my heartfelt prayers, go out to the family, and I pray that they find a sense of justice. And if wrongdoing was done, I'm sure that's what will happen. But here's the thing with these celebrities and some of these elected officials, it should be their absolute responsibility to call for calm. If you notice, we don't ever hear them talk about the real cases of execution. Right here in North Carolina, a 7-year-old girl was murdered by a man who was angry apparently because her mother cut him off in traffic. An incident of road rage. And this man took the life of a 7-year-old child right here in this state. I don't hear any elected officials calling out for justice for this family or even mentioning this family. This story is hardly getting any news coverage.
No, I haven't heard about it.
In Chicago, we saw a 7-year-old child in Chicago murdered in line at the drive-thru at McDonald's. We're not getting any coverage on that case. I have not heard LeBron James or any other high-profile celebrity say anything about those cases. Those are the things that we need to be highlighting. Should we talk about police brutality? Absolutely. But we also need to be talking about the amounts of outrageous crimes in some of these same neighborhoods that is going unnoticed by our elected officials and by these same loudmouth celebrities that we see every time when things like this happen.
No, those words right there, Lieutenant Governor, are testimony to the fact that we know for a fact that not all lives matter in the eyes of these folks. When they only talk about the stories, the only lives that matter are the ones that fit their predetermined narrative for whatever their end is that they're trying to accomplish here. I also want to talk about why you're working so hard on this issue. You've created this task force in North Carolina, the Fairness and Accountability in the Classroom for Teachers and Students. This is the FACTS. I love the title here. Dealing with facts, actually. It's designed to give students and teachers and parents a voice to speak out about cases of bias, inappropriate material, or indoctrination. This is the critical race theory we see taking root. Talk to us about how that's going.
It's going fantastic. We're getting more and more responses every day. We're getting from teachers. We're getting from parents. We're getting it from students. We have some high-profile cases that we're going to try to share. The reason why we're so passionate about this is because I've spoken about it personally for many years. I spoke about it the entire time I was on the campaign trail as a candidate for lieutenant governor, and we continue to talk about it now. And every time we bring up the subject, everyone says that there's no proof. We're collecting that proof right now, and once we have that proof, we're going to take the next steps, because we really consider this to be something that's flying under the radar right now, and it's something that we call it a bias of political thought bias, and it is rampant in this society right now. Conservative voices are being pushed out of every corner of our society, whether it be business or education. And in education, it is taking a serious toll on everybody in education, on parents, teachers, and students. It has got to stop. The First Amendment is there for a reason. Education is there for a reason. The First Amendment is there so that you can speak your piece peacefully without threat or reprisal. And education there is there to educate, not indoctrinate. We want to make sure that we keep both those things clear and present and viable for North Carolinians and for Americans in the future.
Well, we applaud your effort on this front. It was chilling to hear Burgess Owens testifying about what it was actually like to live under Jim Crow laws and the way the Democrats toss around that term today like they actually know what it means. I didn't, I never experienced it. I know you have, we know Burgess Owens has, and too many people cheapen that experience by the way they talk about it. We know you're not doing that. We appreciate your time. Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson from North Carolina, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here again.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.